Okay, I'm out today in the desert looking for natural dry tinder to see if I can find something, if I didn't have something with me that I could use as tinder with firesteel. And first of all, I'm going to shred up some juniper bark, and I notice it has some pitch right here on the tree too, so I'll probably stick a little bit of that in. And then I'm going to walk over here, and I found some weed tops that look pretty good. So I'm just going to gather a bunch of things. It just got through raining, and the idea is to see if I can find something in wet conditions. I know I can find dry grass around here in the dry conditions, but what if it's raining or snowing? So that's my project today. I'm really thinking that these little flower things are the tops of the sage, and even though they're exposed, it's pretty windy out and they've dried out, so I'm going to gather them too. And you can always keep your tinder dry by putting it in your pocket or a bag. I have a bag here. So I'm going to gather a bunch of this because it looks really good. The idea of this video too is to see if I can inspire you to look for stuff in your area within within a mile, square mile of where you're camping. So follow me and we'll take a look around. I think we're going to, you can see the area here. It's has a few snow patches here and there, and where it's been raining. But this is high desert, and I'm going to head over that way too. I noticed there's a dead juniper over that way, and it might have some good cover for some stuff there. Okay, I'm under a juniper tree. There's a lot of, it's a fallen one. It's by this other one here. There's a lot of really dry needles, so I'm going to grab some of those. I've never tried those before. They're really dry. I don't know if they'll work or not, but I'll get some of them. And one thing really nice is there's a lot of, for your fire to go for, a lot of dry twigs underneath here that have been sheltered from the rain and snow. Just secondary bark in here still. Nice and dry. This is kind of like birch bark, but not as good. And you have to work at this one, these more, really get them into fine stuff. Anyway, I'm going to go back there and get some of that dry needles as well. Well, here's some mullein here. I don't have any idea if it's any good. The stalk is nice and dry, but I notice there's a little rock wall area up here where there's a path, and I'll take you up there and we'll take a look for more dried stuff up there. A lot of times you will find that there's rat nests and stuff like that, and they've gathered a lot of dry stuff, of course. You have to worry about germs and infection, of course, handling it, and do that with gloves, I suppose. But walking up here, I see a hole right there, and one up further here, actually, where they made a nest, right there. And so I'm going to look in there a little bit, see if I can find any dry stuff and get back to you. Okay, I found a rat's nest up here that goes way down inside, and so I took part of it off, and I did find some pretty dry juniper bark that's been sitting underneath all this stuff and really protected. So I think that is the real ticket right there. These twigs on the top are wet, but down inside this juniper is really nice and dry. Well, this is sage right here, but whatever the case. There we go. Getting some of that stuff there. And it's good to have your gloves off when you can, because you need to feel it and see if it's wet. That right there is wet, but parts of this is dry. So I'm going to take some of this stuff down where it's drier. And these are pack rats. We find them a lot in the desert, and I think this stuff will be good for tinder as well. So got a lot of things to try. Well, I've been getting plenty of flames, but it doesn't continue. So I went and got some long, nice inner bark from juniper, and I'll process that and put it with my pile. I was hoping this inner bark is a little bit oranger, and it would catch on better. Come on, baby. Wouldn't that beat off? There we go. Keep it going a little bit here, maybe. Some of the snow there, but I think it'll be okay. Excuse me. I haven't really got a fire that I'm happy with yet. But I think I'll get it going. This dried stuff really works well. There we go. That shows that juniper bark will work. And I wanted to know that because in wet conditions I can only rely on something like that that's really well covered. So yeah, it worked. Bark, the tops of the sage didn't work too well. It goes up too fast and doesn't retain the flame. But the key is this inner juniper bark. It's more orange, and you break it up, and then you the gloves on, it's hard here. Wind is carrying this all over. But you break it up into fine strips, roll it up, and it works well. So juniper bark. My challenge is to you, go out and find something that you can use in the rainy, wet weather, and get a sustainable fire going with whatever it may be. And if you know that one works, you can show that, but maybe try another one that you're not sure of and see if it works. It's a little cool out here, so this kind of feels good. But anyway, challenge for the hardwoodsman, especially, find a sustainable, good fire source. I have this bracelet here that Kevin Paracortis makes. I made this myself, but it has all of the things that you want to make a fire. The jute twine you take undone, the metal piece is a striker, and then you got your ferrocium rod here, and I've used it already and it actually does work. So one of his bracelets, so a little bit nicer looking one, is going to be the first place prize, and I'm just going to put the hardwoodsman's names in a hat. You show this here, and I might even give credit if you know something's going to work and you go and show and gather it and find it and then show me. I might put your name in the hat for that even too. So I'd like all 11 woodsmen to try this or show this if they would. At least one prize is going to be a bracelet with that Kevin makes. It's made out of a ladder knot, which is a little bit smoother and nicer looking than mine. But he said that he would do that. There's the mullein right there. I don't know if it's going to catch. Doesn't look good. Yeah, I guess it's going. Yeah, smells pretty good too. Anyway, I'm just mumbling on here, but find a tinder that's in the bad weather, rainy, snowy, that you can use in a clutch. Like I said, I have this with me. I got my fire kit, but I didn't use any of that except the firesteel.